It's a wall of CRT. Nice. I like the little one. It's got the logo. Oh, it's kind of like, oh, I see what you did. That's clever. I like that. It looks like it's kind of broadcast, but it's actually just a sticker put on top of the static. This is a security, like if a security guard was watching videos back in like 1991, they would look at cameras that way. This is one of those DVD TVs. I never bought those because I was afraid they were gonna not work. One thing would break on them. This one's also VHS, Magnavox, Philips, Magnavox, Toshiba, Sony. Not quite a Trinitron. Orion was a cheap model. I think they sold them at like Walmart and stuff. The Sylvanias. This one I had one very similar. But that's cool. I like that. So that's one of the stores that's participating in Record Store Day. But like, it's not only just, buying like, I don't know, a $20 Taylor Swift 45. There's like other parts of the record store that people should celebrate, and that would be used records or used CDs or even VHS and old media, the kind of old media that doesn't surveillance you. Doesn't surveil.
Fire truck wanted to say hi.
All right, so for Record Store Day, I got this mat, which is kind of, I don't know, it's an interesting story. Anyway, this is a cool little poster there. I got a sweatshirt. I wanted a sweatshirt. I needed a new sweatshirt, so I got this one here. That's nice. I got my discount there for that. And then Bridge got this t-shirt here. And what did you get?
I got...
Bridge got a couple CDs here, just the CDs. The Violent Femmes. That's a good one. Jeff Buckley. Didn't get the Record Store Day Jeff Buckley. So you got all old school. This is kind of cool because this one has a Best Buy sticker still on it. And still sealed. And it's a classic. So Record Store Day was typical 2026 in that there was a situation where somebody was in crisis, and they had to clear the store, and it's sad, and that really sends it home to me, and it also just reminds me that people are hurting, and this kind of put a damper on it for me, but it's a celebration. It's gotten a lot of controversy because Record Store Day as a company or whatever the thing is, for smaller record stores, it's a little weird, and it's gotten a bit competitive and a bit corporate, and the resellers are involved. Resellers are people that buy the stuff and then go out and sell it right away. They turn it for a profit. They don't care about the thing. There was a number of Taylor Swift 45s, and my thought was, I hope that at least people who like her music, which I don't really care about her music. I don't care about her, but I hope they got him instead of the resellers. There's a Rolling Stones album. Under the Cockroaches, it was a secret special thing or whatever. I don't give a fuck, Ever since, reading about Mick Jagger on the Epstein list, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of done. And I think they're pretty much done as well. There was a time when I really would be concerned about it, but like at this point, no. So like the reseller problem and everything else. But to me, it should be brought back home to like the way it was in the beginning, which is an organic like thing, recognizing something that a small community of people enjoyed, and now a wider community of people enjoyed it. To me, it reminds me of what happened with the Grateful Dead. I was talking about like the Grateful Dead in 1985, you know, which was a great year before Jerry had his diabetic coma. And before In the Dark came out, and they had hits with it, people became the Touch of Grayers. Those were the people that like the new Jarheads and the people. Hey, go see a good drink as much as you can and do nitrous and like you know, pass out and party and stuff. And it wasn't like that before the Dead scene. Before like in '85, it wasn't like it was in like '89, '90. They had to like stop and like there were riots. They playing bigger places and things like that. And that's sort of what happens with growth. With anything that becomes popular, you know, it gets ruined. You know, I'm thinking of, you know, Record Store Day too. Like for some people, it's been ruined. I don't know. I still enjoyed it, and to me, should be about all of media, celebrating, you know, used media and things like that. But of course, as an entity, Record Store Day is a corporation, you know, and they, you know, it's just run like that, and they have certain programs, and if the stores don't comply, they get kicked off of the program. I don't know much about that, but the store that I work for has 10 stores, so they're able to absorb the costs of a Record Store Day. But for some of the smaller stores, they are not going to spend $20,000 on a batch of records just to be like allowed to be a Record Store Day dealer. So they're not doing it, and a lot of people are upset about it. It should be sort of a media celebration for like VHS tapes, for cassettes, for used stuff. But because it's a company, they don't deal with the used stuff, you know, the Record Store Day. But to me, that's what it is. And it can be celebrated any way you want. Record Store Day can be celebrated any way you want, much like my love for Christmas and my not giving a shit about Christianity and the rest of the Christmas story, which is sort of hijacked. I enjoy Christmas. I celebrate it the way I want to. That's the way you should celebrate Record Store Day, is like, you don't have to buy records. I didn't buy any records today because I have a few. I don't know if you've seen them, but yeah, I have a lot of records, and most of them I got for free. Or paid little for, you know, because that's the way it is. Once you have a record collection, you know, maybe 20 years ago, oh, this guy still has records? You didn't throw them away? Oh, well, I have a bunch. I'll give them to you. You know, and that's how I sort of started my collection. Friends and family members die. Oh, Uncle Ed's record collection. You want these jazz records? Sure, yeah. I mean, like, that's how my collection is, and I celebrate it every day. So Record Store Day was interesting this year. It was very 2020-26, which means it's a little weird. I was there. I certainly was. It was quite a day. Quite a day.
Thank you, Cleveland!